Hi everyone, welcome back to Dynamics 5 Academy YouTube channel. Dynamics 5 Academy brings you video courses on Dynamics 5, Power Platform, Azure and Microsoft 365. So in this video, I'll talk about solutions in detail. We'll talk about what is a solution, how you can make use of solution in your development environment for customer engagement, how we can make use of solution as managed solution as well as custom solution, how you can create a new solution, how you can deal with managed versus unmanaged solution, and how we can deal with publishers, and then how we can make use of them, and etc. And finally, we'll also be talking about how we can import and export solution in Dynamics 5 customer engagement application. So solutions are basically a mechanism available within customer engagement application using which you can just transport your customization from one organization to the other one. So by default, you get a default solution in the organization that is a superset of all the components within the application. So any point in time when you are creating a new component or a new entity or a new field in the system, that will be added to your default solution. So you can customize them, you can make use of them, or you can create new components. So if you're trying to create a new entity or field, that will also be added to the default solution. So as a system administrator, you can create more solutions as per your requirement, and then you can export them once you have added the component to it, and then you can make use of it. So in this video, I'll talk about in detail how you can create solution till how you can import and export solution in customer engagement application. So stay with me. Alright, so in order to access a solution in Dynamics 5 customer engagement application, you have to navigate to the settings customization area. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'll click on the gear button, go to advanced settings. That will take me to the settings area, and then select customizations. So once I reach here, I can see 4 or 5 things are here. The first one is customize the system, then solutions. So customize the system means that is your default solution. As I already mentioned, inside your default solution, you get the set of all your components, the apps, the sitemap, the web resources, everything within the organization here, which you can customize as a system admin or a system customizer. Then come the set of other solutions. These are the additional solutions that you can create. This will be unmanaged solution when you create, and then we can export them as a managed or unmanaged solution. So end of the day, solutions are used to transport your customization, your apps, and every other component from one Dynamics 5 customer engagement environment to the other one, right? So we talk about the default solution over here, and then we also have the other solutions. So once I click on customize the system, that is where the default solution will open up. Like I already mentioned, it includes the list of all the entities, all the options set, web resources, processes, plugins, dashboards, dialog boxes, reports, everything is included over here. So any change that you make into your system as a developer will be updated over here. So this is the superset or the complete repository of every component, including the standard components and the new components that you are going to create. So if I just go to the list of entities over here, I'll be able to see the list of all the entities. That will be more than 370. But system entities you cannot access from here, but all the business and custom entities that you can access from here. You can go to any entity, double click on that particular entity, then you'll be able to see the details of that entity. I mean to say the entity properties you can access here, and you can customize them to some extent, depends upon whether they are a business entity or a system entity. And then you can see the assets of that entity, such as the forms, the views, the chart, the fields, and then you can see the different types of relationships, such as one-to-many, many-to-one, and many-to-many relationship. And also you can see the business rules for this entity, the hierarchy settings, the first dashboard, the dashboards, etc. you can access from here. So this is how you can access every entity in the system, including the business entities and the custom entities. Like I already mentioned, system entities you cannot access from here because they are primarily used for system needs, so you cannot access them. If I just go to article entity here, very similar to this, I can access the forms, the views, the charts, and etc. If I just access the list of charts over here for articles, I got only one. But as a system developer, or I would say as a developer, I can create more charts here. So I have created another video where we are talking about how we can create charts for a Dynamics 5 customer engagement application. I can access the list of all the fields are here. You can see them. You can see the list of all the fields of customer engagement entity here. I mean to say this like article entities here. So like this you can access it. If you have created a custom entity and you have the privilege, you can delete them as well from here. Most of these are business entities here. Otherwise, you can delete these entities also over here. So this is your default solution, and inside that you have the list of all the comments are here, and you can see here almost everything, including the security roles, the email template, article template, the reports, the custom control, model driven apps. Everything is part of your default solution over here. Right now, next time when you're making any changes, for example, if I just open up any entity in my CRM organization, and then if I'm customizing an entity over here, or I'm trying to customize an app for that matter, all those changes, all the schema changes will be updated within your default solution. I'll just show you an example. If I'm here, I go to accounts, and then I go to forms, and then I'll try to open up one of the forms over here. This information form I'll open up. Then I'm trying to edit it. So when I'm trying to do that, I'll get this form editor. I'll just select this header area. Now I can edit it. Now here, if I'm trying to add a new field like account name, then I change this one for a credit limit. I'm trying to remove it from here and save it. It will be updated, and then I publish it. So once I'm publishing here, what is happening, all the customization I have done on the layout of this particular form will be updated into my Dynamics 5 customer engagement application. In fact, it is happening to the default solution. Okay, so that's why you are using the default solution. Now when you're talking about solution, there are two types of solution. One is managed solutions, the other one is unmanaged solution. So what is an unmanaged solution? So every solution that you create additionally within your customer engagement application is a unmanaged solution. Then you can create then you can export the solution as a unmanaged one or as a managed one. Then comes the managed solution. So managed solution is just like your exe file. So this can be installed onto your production environment or any other environment for that matter. Once you delete a managed solution, it will be just uninstalled like a exe file or a project, I would say. It will remove every component as part of that solution. On contrary to this one, if it is a managed solution, if you try to delete that or uninstall that, only the solution will be removed. Its components will be still there in the default solution. So when you're just doing your development on your development environment, and then you want to move these changes into a production environment or UAT or a QA for that matter, what will happen is you create an additional solution over here. That will be a unmanaged solution, of course. Then you add all the components to that, and then you export it. At the time of export, you can select whether you should export that say unmanaged solution or a managed solution. If it is a managed solution, it is meant for production environment mostly, because you can install it, you can uninstall it, everything will be added and removed instantly. But when you are just doing that as a unmanaged solution, only the solution will be removed, because unmanaged solutions are primarily used to just moving your components from one environment to other environment. The advantage of having an unmanaged solution is, as a developer, once you get an unmanaged solution from a different developer, you can make changes to that. Managed solution cannot be updated, unmanaged solution can be updated. So if you are going on a vacation and you are handing over your work to your colleague, you can create an unmanaged solution, add all the components to it, export it, give to your colleague, share with them, so they can start working on it, customize it and publish it. But if you are going to import something onto a production environment where you don't want your client to update your components or the customization that you have done, you can package it as a managed solution, give to them, they will install it, they will uninstall it, just like a production release. So I believe now you're clear about managed solution and unmanaged solution. So you can create a new solution from here, come to settings, customization and solution. This is where you'll be able to see the list of all the solution in the organization. You can see the solution name, the display name, the version number, and then when it is installed, what is the package type. So this is where you can see whether it is managed or unmanaged, right? Some of them are unmanaged and other one is managed. Now you'll be wondering how this managed solution came here. You have to look at the publisher. A publisher basically indicate who actually published this particular solution. So most of here are Microsoft. What it means is these solutions I got as package from Microsoft website, or when I just install some components like field service, or some other components such as LinkedIn Sales Navigator, etc. That point in time, I got it installed over here. Okay, and when I created a new solution, this is the one I have created, a custom solution, I can say, which one is of type unmanaged, because every time when you create a new solution, it will be unmanaged. And then here I can add more components to it. I just created it and there is no components inside that. Then I can keep adding components to it. I'll show that in a minute, how we can add components into a solution. So basically you have managed solutions and unmanaged solution. You know the difference between these two now. So when you import a managed solution, you can simply see the components of it. For example, starter portal. This one got imported when I have installed the portal into my customer engagement application. So here you can see you cannot directly edit the comments of with a managed solution. The managed solution and the managed properties for a solution comments are to set allow customization. You can edit them in the customization area. That's what it is talking about. So this is a managed solution. There are multiple managed solutions are here. We can simply install them. We can remove them. Delete means uninstallation. So that means it will be uninstalled from your organization. We can't do anything further there. The other option you have here is you can create a new solution. You can delete them. You can see the managed properties or show the dependencies. You can see the import option if you want to import a new solution here. That means if you download a new package from Microsoft or any other third party, for example, you can import that using this option. And this is option to export it. For example, you done some development over here. For example, this unmanaged solution that I have created. And then if you want to import that, I can just use option export from here. You get the zip file, then you can import that to the target environment. We will see that. And then here you can see clone a patch. That means you can create a patch to an existing solution. For example, you make some changes to the existing solution, but that is not yet published into your target environment. So you can create a patch and then you can just export it just like you do with the solution, but it will be just a patch, not the complete solution. Then you can import to the target environment. And then comes clone solution. As the name indicate, you can clone an existing solution, then you can make changes to it. You can apply solution upgrade if any upgrade has happened to any of the solution. For example, if you feel like there are some changes happen, you can do that online by clicking this button, solution upgrade. And then import translations. There are situations you might need to import translation. For example, if you want to customize your Dynamics 365 customer engagement application for some other countries such as Chinese or Japanese or Arabic for that matter, so you can definitely change the layout because it is a multilingual system. There is no issue with that. But if you want to change the data as well, for example, if I am implementing my CE for a region like Dubai or Japan, so they can enter the data not in English but in their language, Arabic or Japanese, right? To allow them to enter the data in the text boxes or columns, and I need to let them import the translation. So for that purpose, you can use it. So to import the translation, first you have to create translation. That's a very long process. We'll explain that separately. And import translation, export translation, and then comes publish all customization. So once you made changes to any of the components or solution, if you want to make it available to every user of the system, what you can do is you can publish all customization, and finally you can get solution from marketplace. Microsoft has a marketplace for Dynamics 365 and related components, so you can purchase anything from here. You can go to the marketplace, search for any tools or functions or application for that matter. You will find them. You can see here the list of apps are here. When I select AI plus machine learning, you can get Dynamics 365 Sales, Professional, Dynamics 365 for Sales, Enterprise Edition, Mobile. Everything is available. Then you can go to Analytics. You might have some other components. So basically these are add-ons, or in other words I can say solution created by Microsoft or other third parties. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. You have the option over here, right? Automotive CRM test drive. So it is not completely free. You can try it out. You have to buy it. You can see I give Microsoft permission to use, share my account details, etc. You give the permission. It is developed by Konica Minolta IT Solutions from Czech Republic, and so it will be downloaded, and then you have to take that solution and then import your organization, right? So it will be available only as a test drive. After that you have to purchase it because it will be a ready to use system. And very similar to that, if you go back to the marketplace, you can get many other things. This is automotive CRM. I go back from here, app source, and then I can search for anything. I can say like sales again. So I'll get a lot of comments over here. When you see contact me, so it will take you to their website. There will be items where it is mentioned get it now, means it will be a free item. You can see it here. It's a free thing. So you can spark sales. What it is saying is I agree with Microsoft share contact. Okay, so what is the purpose of it? That you definitely have to read here by accessing this item. You have to read it, understand it. Okay, what it is doing is a one note add-in that will help you quickly create and organize your strategic sales plan. The sales plans, maps, contact maps, etc., account plans, etc., you can create. I haven't used it before, so I'm just seeing it for the very first time. Just click on get it now, click continue. It will give you the solution, and then you can import that. How to use it? It is talking about that. Okay, you are using Word Powerful add-ins, which is kind of a Microsoft Office 5 add-in, so we don't have anything to do with that. So this one is still trying to be ready. So what it will give you is basically give you a zip file, which will be nothing but a managed solution. Then you can come here and then you can just import it here. Select that and import it here. Okay, once it download, we'll show you that. So this is what you can do with a solution, right? So these are the list of solution. Now let's see how we can create a new solution quickly, and then how to add comments to it, and then we'll also see how we can import and export the solution. So I'll try to create a new one by clicking on here. So when I'm trying to create one, I need to give a name here. So I will say like customization Feb 2011. Now who is the publisher? So every time when I'm creating a solution, I need to select a publisher for it. As I already mentioned, a publisher is nothing but a company or an individual who have created the solution, so that if anything happens after we import the solution to our environment, we have to reach out to them for any kind of help. So it can be a company name. I mentioned my company name, Magnifest Technologies. Then I have to mention the version number. I just mentioned it like this. And then I can select a configuration page. So the configuration page has to be an HTML file, or it can be in any other web resource. So basically it is telling the users of this solution, this is what you have to do, or we can just mention the readme in that one. So I set all this. So this is going to be the schema name of the solution. This is going to be the publisher. I just save it. What it means is a new solution is going to be created. Invalid configuration page as we expected, because I just randomly select a configuration page over here. This is not mandatory anyway. Save it. So I just got a new solution created, an empty solution. Now here on the left hand side, if I go to information, I can still see it. I can change the display name any point in time. I can change the publisher. I can change the version number, everything I can change except the schema name, because it is permanent. And then I click on the publisher. Once I click on it, what I'm going to see is the publisher details. So the publisher detail you can select from settings, customization, and then publisher you can select it. There will be able to see multiple publisher, or as a developer you can create your own publisher. So this is the publisher details for Magnifest Technologies. This is display name. So I can just modify it and make it proper. Magnifest Technologies. We can mention a description over here. Okay, and then this is prefix. This is only one important thing about a solution publisher. So every solution will have a publisher. I set that to Magnifest, and this is a preview that you're seeing over here. So every point in time when I'm creating a new custom entity or a field or a component which is added to this particular solution, that will take the prefix Magnifest underscore employer as a new entity, Magnifest underscore employer name as a new field of employer, that will be selected over here. I can change this to Dynamics 5 Academy, for example. It's changed, right? So now by using this one, by using this prefix, you can identify which all the comments or the entities are custom, which of them are system entities. Okay, we'll show you that. So this is a solution publisher which I can access from here, or what I can do is I can just go to solutions, or even better, I can go to customization and publishers. This is where I can access the list of all the publishers. So every time when I'm just importing a managed solution from a third party system, I'll be able to find a new publisher record also created over here. So this is a CDS default publisher. This is a name, this is a prefix. This is Magnifest Technology one that we just updated. Default publisher for Magnifest Technology, this is a default one. This is additional I have created. Microsoft third party, this is a schema name. Now prefix given Microsoft. This is the Microsoft one. Even you can see the address is here, and then you can see Dynamics 5 one Microsoft Dynamics 5 for customer voice, Dynamics 5 with other names. So you can see the differences. Now if I want to edit this one here, I can also give my contact details. So that's how it's worked, right? If anyone need any details from us, they can contact us. Email also we can mention. So what I'm trying to show you is basically you can enter the contact details of a company over here as a publisher or as an individual detail. So this is where we have all the solution publisher detail. So when you create a solution, you will mention that, right? You can change it. Now we got the empty solution. We have to add some comments to it. How you can do it? So there are two options over here. One is new. So if I need to create a new entity called employer, which I need to customize later on, then I need to move into my target environment. This is the place I need to do it. Click new. I need to enter the details of the entity, the plural name and etc. Then I can just do it, right? So I'm not going to create a new entity over here, but this is how I can do it. Same way, if I need to create a new web resource, option set, process, dashboard, report, anything, I can create new afresh. But even after I create a new comments within my new solution called customization Feb 21, these comments also will be added to my default solution. So that's why I call default solution as a superset, because anything that you add inside your default solution or an additional solution, it will be added to your default solution. Very similar to that, when you import something into your customer engagement application, that point in time also it will be added to your default solution. But of course, when you're importing an unmanaged solution or a managed solution, that's a very different thing, because while you're importing a managed solution, it will be layered. When you're importing an unmanaged solution, the comments will be override the comments within your default solution. That's the difference, but it will come to your default solution at any cost. Now I'm going to add something which are already existing. So you want to add an existing entity or an existing dialog box or dashboard or anything, select that. So I have selected the entity. So now I can select entities. The first one is account. Next one is activity. So you don't need to select all this entity over here, because in your target environment, all this will be there, right? And only the delta that you have to select. So if you select account entity, means you have made some changes to the account entity. Some of it is forms or some of it is fields or dashboards or whatever. So only those comments and the areas that you have customized or newly added, which are not present in the target environment, has to be selected. So I selected these two entities. That is where I have made some change in this particular Feb release. Click OK. Then it will ask me to select the components of account entity that where I have made changes. So I have the option over here, include entity metadata. That's okay. And there are comments like forms, views, charts, and etc. So there are a lot of comments. So do I need to add all of them? No. So if I just need to select only the account main form, this is the one, and where I have made some changes. And if I have made some changes to some of the views over here, I need to select them. If I have made some changes to the fields, or if I have added some new fields, select them. If I haven't made any changes to any of this, I can simply skip them. At the same point in time, I also have an option over here called add all assets. Imagine a situation, you create a new entity in your development environment that you need to move as part of the solution to the target environment. Then you can use that option. But now account entity is a business entity which is already present. So only the delta has to be moved. I believe you understood the concept, right? So I added the comments where I have made changes to the account entity. Very similar to that. The next entity is activity 2 of 2, where if I have made only all activities views, I need to select that. Once I done, click finish. So these two components or components of these two entities will be added to my solution, that you can see it. Now if you feel like some of the required components of this entity is not added to the solution, what you can do is select this activity entity, and then you can say add required components. So this will add all the required components of the selected component into the solution. It may not detect required components reference in the custom code. Okay, that's fine. It won't add anything referred within the custom code. So now there is no such components needed. That's fine. If I go for account entity, it might add some components over here, because account entity is one of the record thing. IoT device, invitation, device, contact, cases, etc. Imagining these components are not present in the target environment. So we got added 6 components when I use this add record components. What else I can do? If I need to remove any of these items over here, I can simply remove it. If I delete it, means that will be deleted. Okay. So if it is a custom component, you will lose it. If it is a business component, you won't lose it. So there is a big difference between delete and remove. Delete from the customer engagement application schema completely. Remove means remove from the solution. There's a big difference, right? And what else you can do? What else you can see the solution layers, because when you are importing a solution, if it is a managed one, it will be layered, like you already mentioned. So what is the layering? Here you can see the order of it, account activity pointer. So system, MS Dyna activity. So there are multiple solutions which are updating the activity entity in this order. This is a system solution, the basic one. Then MS Dyne CE underscore activity, that is the next solution. This is another one. This is lead management patch service. So in this order, this is the solution layering. So what you need to understand basically is this entity has been updated by multiple managed solution in this particular order. So this the account entity has been updated or customized by 11 solution. You can see that. Okay, so we just deal with most of these items. In case if I want to remove this one from here, I just remove it and the record items of that entity. Okay, and if I want to see the dependency of any of these entities, I can just go to show dependencies. So what are the other components and entities which are dependent on this particular entity? I can see that dependent components. These are the list of 192 components which are dependent on the case entity. Because case entity is one of the most important entity in the system, especially for customer service. So that I can see here. So you can see the solution layers, the dependencies, add record components, and finally manage properties. So manage properties deal with what all things I can just change when I'm importing the solution or this component as part of the managed solution in the target environment. So you can see here, display name can be modified. Yes. Can change additional properties. Yeah, that is true. New forms can be created, new charts can be created, etc. So when someone is created the case entity, which is of course Microsoft, they have set the managed property into true, all this customization option for case entity. Now if I am just adding this component as part of a managed solution and then import that into a target environment, this customization can be done. So this is kind of a lock that you can do with the help of managed property. So if you don't want your target customer to change or make any further changes such as the name, display name, etc. to be changed, then you can lock all of them. So such entities cannot be customized even by changing the name, etc. That is possible. So that is what you can do with the help of managed properties. You can check that for other entity also. So most of these are true. I mean, you cannot change the schema, but you can change the display name, views can be created, charts can be created, etc. If you don't want the customer to create a new form or new chart and etc., you can completely, but now you can't do it because this is not your entity. When you are creating your own custom entity, that point in time you can do it, otherwise you can do it. So we explained most of the things, and just to make things clear and safe, just click on publish all customization. So all the components within this solution will be published to the default solution so that you are safe to go. So what you basically did is you created a new custom solution, add some comments from the default solution. Okay, we just add the record comments, etc. Now we are good to go. So this solution can be kept inside your list of solution. We can make use of it any point in time. Now this solution, if you want to import into target environment, as you already know, we have to export that from here. Once we export it, we get a zip file. After that, we can import that into the target environment. So my solution has been published along with these comments. Once it is done, I can go ahead and export the solution. So the export I can do from here. Yeah, export solution. Or what I can do is I can go back to the list of my solutions, not here. From here I can get the list of solutions. From there also I can do that. So this is the solution I have created, right? What I can do is I can export it. So that point in time it will ask me to publish again. We already did that, so click next. So it is saying that the following components are missing from your solution. So import might fail if this component doesn't exist already in the target environment. One is like customer ID name, this is a field. So these three fields, uh, the system is suspecting are missing in your solution. So what you can do is you can go back, okay, go back to your solution, and then you can go to your case record, and then you can say add record components. So those components will be added, I believe. Okay, if we haven't got them, so we need to add them manually. Okay, and then you save it. Then you try to, this time I'm trying to export from here. Click next. Now two components are still missing, so I'm just let it go as of now just to demo it. Now export system settings. So these are system settings such as customization, email tracking, general marketing, etc. If you believe these items you change here and they need to be changed in the target environment, you have to select them, otherwise let it go and click next. Now the package type that you have to select here, the manage or unmanage, which we already explained. So unmanaged means use this option if you do not distribute the solution for other people to install. You will be able to modify the solution and can export it as a managed solution in the future. Now, if you are selecting manage, use this option if you will distribute the solution to be installed by other people, which we already explained. A managed solution cannot be directly modified or exported as unmanaged after it is installed. Things are very clear. I am selecting the managed solution, click export. So it will be downloaded into my machine as a zip file. Depends upon the size of the solution. It may take a minute or two to download. Once I have that, the zip file, I can go to another environment. Of course, the customer engagement, the Dynamics 5 customer engagement environment with the same or compatible version where I can download it. There you go, I got it downloaded here. It will be a very small file because we added only two entities and a few comments. This is the thing. You can notice the name of it, customization Feb 2011. Yeah, the same name we have mentioned. And then if I look at the size of it, it will be very minimal, 41K. And then if I open it up, this is what you get inside the solution. This is what you get. You need to understand this. The first one is an XML file. All these are XML file, by the way. The first one is content underscore types. So this is basically talking about the content types, what all types of content we have added. We primarily added an entity and its comments, right? So if you try to open this XML file, you will get the details about the content type that you have. The next file, customization.xml, this is the main file of your solution. Rather than opening like this, I can try to export it so that I can see it better. There you go. So this is the first one. I'm trying to open it up. This is just talking about the XML, the content types in XML. Second one is customization. This is talking about your delta, all the comments that you have made changes. So the schema changes that you have done will be here in XML. Now you get some idea. So when you export a solution, what you're basically getting is you are getting the schema details about your entities and comments and apps, etc. in the XML format. Now this XML format you are importing into your target environment where you have a default schema or standard schema. So there it will be updated or overwrite if it is an unmanaged solution. So we are changing or we are exporting the customization in the form of XML, or schema is being exported as XML document. So it is trying to open. For some reason I'm not able to open it. Let me try to open it in a notepad. So this is how your customization.xml file look like. So depends upon the types of or the number of entities you have added. You can see this is my invitation entity, and then all the comments of it. This is an attributes list. entity set name, incidents, and then all of its components. So everything will be here. So this is your schema that you're trying to export. Okay, so account entity should be here. This is activity entity. So you can see uh, this is the activity entities. You can see entities, and then this is activity entity. This will be your next entity called invitation. This is the third entity called contact. This is the fourth entity called case, and all of it is attributes. Yeah, and then something called attribute entity set name. This is also for case, if I'm not wrong. Yep. Mobile offline filter, some settings which need to be updated. Then entity info, entity some, then form XML, because you deal with views, you have added views also, right? So those details, etc. So everything's here. So, and finally the information about your solution. We talk about solution, right? So the solution details also will be mentioned in the schema. So you can see the solution name, the version number of it. This is the solution name. Yep. Description, unique, the publisher, you can see the publisher name, publisher description, email address which I just mentioned, and then you can see customization prefix, address, everything that you have mentioned is here. So your solution, I have just export your solution, and this is what you got. Okay, so you don't need to export this and see the components. I just show you just to give you an idea. So this is where my solution is. Now I'll go back to target environment. So just to show you target environment, I'll go to other CRM environment I have, and this is where I'm trying to import it. Okay, so now I fear that the solution might fail while I'm trying to import, because it was shown some warning message over here, but I'll show you the process anyway. So open up your target environment. It can be an online environment. So there you go to settings, customization, and then solutions, same way that we did here, and then you just download here. So this is my sandbox environment, and I'll go to advanced settings, quickly go to solutions, and then you try to import that. All right, so here I'm on my target environment. It's a little different. So here I need to import it, right? So import, then select the file which I have exported from the other environment. I should go to downloads and then go to, this is the one, right? Select the zip file, click OK, and then click next. This is a solution. You can see the solution package details that you are going to import, and then click import. So if everything goes fine, it will be very smooth, and in less than a minute it will be imported into your machine, in your target environment. So let's give some time. What's going on? All right, so we just got it imported. Everything got imported successfully. Fine. So I can download the log file if I want to, if just to check if everything went correct. So it's got imported. I just need to refresh it here. So in my target environment I can see it here, right? So this is the solution, manage solution, publisher is Magnifies Technology. So this is my solution. So this is my source environment. Here it is unmanaged, and in my target environment is imported as managed. This is my target environment. Cool. So what we basically did is we created a new solution, exported it, and then we import in the target environment. It's worked fine. Now if I come back to my solution in the source system, we did create it, we have exported it, imported everything that we did. Cool. So pretty much we have covered everything related to solutions that you need to know as a developer or as a system admin when you're dealing with Dynamics 365 customer engagement application. I believe this video is useful to you. So if you have any questions, comments, anything related to solution in customer engagement application, feel free to mention that in the comment box below. And if you have any suggestion to make any more videos, you can mention that. We'll be happy to create more videos on those topics. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.